Well, good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another review video. This is Lee, nice to see you with me. We are in the United States, up in the northwest coast of the US in the state of Washington, and we're up on what's commonly known as the Olympian Peninsula, about 100 miles west of the city of Seattle. And this is Sekiu Airport and Town. This is a payware scenery by TERRAPERAL Studios. It's available from Sim Market currently. Downloads at 416 meg and installs at just over a gig. Prices €10.74, which equates to roughly $11.53 US, or £9.20 UK. US and UK prices are estimates and include VAT or tax, which of course will vary depending on which country you make your purchase from. Just had a good look over this scenery. It's small, it's nothing special, it's not an international airport, but it is a very cute and quaint little place, and they've done some nice touches. It's not huge in terms of the content, but it has a little atmosphere about it. And when I first looked at it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them. I'll try and see if I can. But when I first opened up and looked from above, I saw birds flying across the top too, which was really, really nice. It's a really quaint little place. As I said, about 100 miles west of Seattle, so you can take a Cessna and fly out here. But you've got to be careful because the runway's a bit dodgy and the approaches can be difficult, certainly in real weather. Thought I'd start by just showing you the harbour just briefly. It's really, really cute. They've done a little bit here and enhanced it a little bit and added some boats and just made the place look a little bit nice. It's very, very pleasant. It's another beautiful location. Here's just looking to the southeast. You can see lots of forestry commission everywhere, and just a very quaint, beautiful little place. So let's have a chat about the history of the airport as it currently is. So the small airport of Sekiu, airport code 11 Sierra, is located in Clelland County, some 100 miles west of the city of Seattle in the US state of Washington, and it sits on the beautiful Olympic Peninsula close to Clelland Bay, which is right behind us. The town of Sekiu is close by, with a population of just 29 people. The airport is a public use airport that operates from sunrise to sunset, has no control tower, but has a Unicom CTAF frequency of 122.19. It's owned and operated by the Port of Angeles Authority, and currently there are 3 aircraft based on the field, 2 single-engine aircraft and 1 ultralight. The airport has no instrument procedures, but still averages around 70 movements a month, and those are figures for 2020. And the airport lies some 7 miles from the United States-Canadian border, which of course is over here across the Sound. Runways. Sekiu Airport operates a single runway 2608, which is 2,997 feet or 914 meters in length, and lies at an elevation of 312 feet. It's made of asphalt. Current data lists the runway as being in poor condition, and you can see the state of the runway there, but it is landable. But the markings, although basic, are in good condition. Circuit is left hand on both ends of the runway. And when you look at AirNav, they have notes that basically say turbulence can be expected on the approach to runway 26, and landing is often difficult when the wind is from the north. Additionally, there is a high ridge along the north side of the runway, and often deer can be seen venturing onto the field during September to March, so you've got to be really careful. So if we lower the lighting, it's now 9:30 in the evening local time, you can see there are some lights. You've got these 2 lights here at the side of the runway, and the runway itself is lit around the edge, and you've got some approach markings here. But that's pretty much is it. There's no instrument landing system, no VOR that's right on the field. There's maybe enough to be able to make a landing just before the sun sets, and that's the way it looks there. I just wanted to show you the other end very quickly. As you can see, displays threshold, which gives you a little bit more runway room to take off on, and a couple of lights, but nothing specific. But as you can see, lots of foliage and trees really close to the runway, so if you make an approach into this end, runway 08, you've really got to watch out for the trees here and both sides. So here's the view looking down runway 08 with the displaced threshold and the trees. You can see it's you've got to get the landing right really to avoid the trees either side and touch down at the right zone. And I think really even if you decide to do a takeoff from all the way up here, you've really got to watch these trees either side of the runway. Very pretty nice evening, which we'll have a look later, but a challenge to land at. So we're going to do a couple of quick shots to show you what's going on around the airport here. Everything's pretty much static, but there are little bits and pieces to look at. This is a beautifully modelled little airport. This is a Cessna, the default Cessna 152 that I've loaded at the moment. These are aircraft on the field. So first of all, you look at the hangars there. There's no internal modelling, but again, look at the weathering. It's beautiful, really, really nice. Lots of nice little touches, and you can see the concrete here, and the way the ground is modelled is really quite nice. Here you can see the fence line to the south side of the field, and you've got these approach lights that we saw during the day, and of course here you've got the edge lights for the runway. Again, the runway itself is nicely textured, looks really quite good. And there's a quick view looking down the other end. You can see the lighting either side of the runway and the centerline markings. So again, nice modelling, beautiful modelling on the building there, you can see. And here looking up nice here at the side, you can see the rust and the way the building is textured. And you've got these wooden pallets here and other little bits and pieces that make the place look a little bit more lively, as it were. Nice little aircraft model there. And another nice little aircraft model here, and you've got this patch of oil I think here as well. Looks quite interesting. Okay, here's a nice lady there just playing about with her phone, and again you've got you've got the male and female toilets on the field here, plus an emergency phone. Again, no internal modelling, but this all looks really quite beautiful and quaint. It's a really nice little, the way it's done is just very, very nice and quaint. And looking across the car park there, the gates are open. And here you've got a couple of spectators, one inside the gate and a young lady out by her car, looking at what's going on. Actually, my mistake, this airplane wasn't on the windsock. As you can see, standard windsock here to the side of the field, and you've got this little airplane thing on the top of this pole, and a sign there saying Tokyo 4,900 miles, really quaint. There's a fire hydrant down there too. As you can see, lots of little bits of detail that bring this little place to life. Very nice. And there is if we look that way towards the threshold of runway 08, you can see the oil markings on the ramp there, which look quite good as well, look pretty realistic. So looking north there, you can see a little overview of the hangar ramp area with the people below us. You can also see in the distance there, got some more buildings, a boat up on stilts, and some evidence of human habitation. We'll go up and have a close look. So there we go, we've got a couple of vehicles, various degrees of modelling. I think these two vehicles look better than these two. This guy's slightly off the ground, but it's no big deal. Some nicely textured and weathered buildings. Love the boat there on the trolley, which looks really quite nice. And there in the other direction you've got a path going up there to this house, and you've got a picnic table and some chairs. There's a close-up look for you. Not entirely sure what this is, it might be a drain hole. And there looking at the other end of the house you've got some more parked cars that are slightly better, another trash bin, and the road going up here. All in all, a very pleasant and quaint scene for a small non-towered airport. Looks really lovely, beautiful location, and probably a nice place to fly out to. Going to have a look. So let's drop the light down and have a look at what this place looks just before dusk. Bear in mind you can't use this airport after sunset or before sunrise, so we'll bring the light down and see what it looks like. Okay, it's just after 9 PM. This is June, so You can see the sun's pretty much just about to go down now. We're just about to reach the point at which the lights would probably come on. If I turn and have a look the other way, there you can see the sun's just about to set, and here you can see we've got the airfield lights coming up as well. So let's get down and have a look and see what it looks like locally at this time of the evening. So lots of places look really quite quaint and quite nice in the sunset or the darker times. And this airport, although there's not a lot of light at the moment, is no exception. I just wanted to show you what it looks like at sunset. And as looking down the other direction, you can see the high ridge that we were discussing here, north of the field, that you have to be careful of. And you can see the runway lights that we've got here as well. So just while we're here, here's the harbour in the low light, and again, just looks really beautiful. Looks lovely at this time of the day. Just looking in the other direction there, looks really lovely, very nicely modelled. So what I want to do now is drop the time down to night, when the sun's really gone down, and have a look at what lighting we've got, if any, around this location. So here we are after sunset. It's not quite night yet, but I wanted to do it at this point so you can see what they have, because obviously you can't fly in here after sunset, but it's nice to see what the lighting looks like anyway. And here's the harbour. You've got some lighting around that looks really quite quaint. And there you go, looking across the other part of the harbour there. So here's a couple of quick views at the airport here at this time of the evening when the sun has really gone right down. As you can see, there is lighting on the airfield, subtle lighting on the buildings here as well, which looks really, really nice. And again, you can see the runway has got side lights as well. Just going to track across here so you can have a look at this area where the people were in the darkness here. Nice little quaint lighting, nothing serious, but enough to let you know that there is some human habitation here. And there's the ridge, and there's the bay out to the right hand side there. And there's Clelland Bay, which is right next to the airport, with the harbour and the marina down here. And again, some really quaint, cute little lighting around here. So if you're going to fly up here from Seattle or something like that, as I said, bear in mind it's a little over 100 miles. You need to time it so that you can get in before sunset. So there we go, Sekiu Airport. Below you can see the harbour, Clelland Bay, which is really quite nice. It's the new payware scenery by TERRAPERAL Studios, available from Sim Market. Downloads at 416 meg, installs at just over a gig. €10.74, which is roughly $11.53 US, or £9.20 UK. Those prices include VAT and tax, and are estimates. Okay guys, let's wrap up this brief review. My thoughts, yeah, this is a lovely little airport. I think it's been a long time coming for me to actually come into a small airport and do a review on something like this. It's been far too long. The international airports get a lot of attention, and we've got one coming up later this week. Hopefully we're going to be doing a review of the Anchorage scenery that's come out as well. But if you want somewhere nice to explore, when I was flying FS98 many years ago, I would take off from Seattle and fly up this area here up to Fairchild Airport, which is not far away from here. So I know this area reasonably well when I was flying up, and it's beautiful. And now we've got Flight Sim 2020 in all its glory, showing everything the way it should really look. It's just wonderful place to explore. And this airport is fairly simple, nothing seriously to write home about, but it could be a challenge to land at. Probably a great place to get helicopter flying as well. It's got a beautiful bay, it's another beautiful location, a nice little scenery. Do I think the price is right? Yeah, it's about right. Maybe should be perhaps a little less. I haven't been able to get the birds to cross the scenery, but I did. Trust me, I did see a flock of birds flying right across the top of runway 26 northbound when I first looked at this. Maybe it's a time of day thing, I don't know. Let's drop it up to midday and see whether I can get these birds to appear. Right, so here we are at midday. This is what I had before, and the birds would appear from the left side from here and fly across. It doesn't look as though they are at the moment. I'm not sure when or how that happens. Don't know if it's an Asobo thing or if it's part of the scenery, but it's a lovely little scenery. It's a place where it would be fun to fly up here and take the Cessna up, or maybe even take the helicopter and attempt to landing here. It is challenging, but yeah, it's a nice little scenery. Price is probably about right, maybe a little less, but I think it's nice. And for those of you who are interested in this part of the world and like to fly GA, this is another interesting little place to add to your list of places to visit. So thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the review. It's not anything huge like I'm used to, but I felt it important to go and have a look at a nice little GA airport in the United States in a very nice location that's just come out, and do a review and have a look at it. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you found it useful. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, saying thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next review, which hopefully will be Anchorage, which also comes out later this week. So take care and bye for now.